Yama o kwan se beye juma. Juma no want man ye. Obia beye juma yi na sese o tena abonten se yama o kwan ye juma no bi. Mengin de se Ghana for bepenesa. Yama o kwan se beye juma. Juma no want man ye. Obia beye juma yi na sese o tena abonten se yama o kwan ye juma no bi. Mengin de se Ghana for bepenesa. Yama o kwan se beye juma. Juma no want man ye. Obia beye juma yi na sese o tena abonten se yama o kwan ye juma no bi. Mengin de se Ghana for bepenesa. Yama o kwan se beye juma. Juma no want man ye. Obia beye juma yi na sese o tena abonten se yama o kwan ye juma no bi. Mengin de se Ghana for bepenesa. Yama o kwan se beye juma. Juma no want man ye. Obia beye juma yi na sese o tena abonten se yama o kwan ye juma no bi. Mengin de se Ghana for bepenesa.
Akuye cha metetafo na me baton fish. Ewo asafo market. Ya me be wan wo hwe me. Da bia no pa me so dia oyem tiama me. Awia ne ama me eto afufu anwuma so ne asebo me. Efiri se dum so ba me ba no fish adaka duasa ne akoto agu kwa. Eti na me ba no wonya sika ma me na me de didi. Efira no pa me ba me ni di yo. Eno ani bodo se hwan. Ana mbedu ha no mato bi die. Me ba nya sika ma me wo bo se ante. Se de adwuma no nya dum so yi. Abrewa de me na ye nyina firi dum so. Me ti asi me de me sum ho. Ne mu ya ansa me da fom birim. Mama adai adia ni aye maya wa abrewa ti wo ma me wonte se me a. Mama mi hunu amani sei. Me te mi we demonstration na me kon ma kwa kama sam so a kire Mahama. No hu me mabo na dum se wonya na me be ti me tan fish wonya sika matari ane adi ana ma ba bibia na be te se NDC fo na sisei MPP fo sisei na ndi wo Mahama MPP fo no ne se ne kura nyina ya MPP de wa mo beka ana nkrofo yode ya ne kura nyina MPP me bati yesi baby di etobo engomo di anuma ko bu agu ni pa kura mu bugu ya wade wa aboa what wona ne dai obi abu agu wonya demonstration bibi a musi MPP fo na ye se ne ye woni pa wo mo woni pa che mo dia ene ya fe mu nsore so ndi Mahama se wontimi a wonya bone eno ase me na me ka ye so me boa
ase yempe ne to yempe ne no neither boiling or roasting ase yempe ne to yempe ne no neither boiling or roasting ase yempe ne to yempe ne no neither boiling or roasting
se woni kuma kokoda se wo hwe na woni nkum so a coalition center na kobo electoral commission for ho ba ye den eman
Barabbas. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them,
Whom will ye that I release unto you? Barabbas, or Jesus, which is called Christ.
For Barabbas. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them,
Whom will ye that I release unto you? Barabbas, or Jesus, which is called Christ. You release unto you, I release unto you. Barabbas, or Jesus, which is called Christ. Hear that I release unto you Barabbas, or Jesus, which is called Christ. Whom will hear that I release unto you Barabbas, or Jesus, which is called Christ.
Barabbas. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them,
Whom will hear that I release unto you Barabbas, or Jesus, which is called Christ. Barabbas, 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 for Jesus' words let cry. Barabbas, for Jesus' words let cry. Barabbas, for Jesus' words let cry. Barabbas, for Jesus' words let cry.
All right, good evening. Oh, sorry, good afternoon, and welcome to With Audio Respect Extended Version. My name is Kevin Taylor. It's exactly 12:52 p.m. U.S. East Coast time. It's definitely 4:52 in Ghana. Today it's a wonderful Thursday afternoon. For a very long time, we've not had an afternoon show. We decided to surprise you today. In fact, we made the announcement yesterday that we're going to be here a little early today. So if you're watching me tonight, watching me this afternoon in America, I'd like to say welcome to the show. Welcome to this afternoon show. If you're watching me from Ghana too, welcome to this afternoon show. We are live on TV. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok and also live on radio tonight. You can watch this show live on Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. We are also streaming live on Loud Silence TV on YouTube. Loud Silence TV on YouTube. We are streaming on Loud Silence TV on Facebook. We are live on With Audio Respect page on Facebook. We are live on TikTok, our official TikTok name. Search for Kevin Taylor _WADR. Kevin Taylor _WADR. We are also live tonight on radio. If you have an Android device, go to the Google Play Store, download Loud Silence Radio. You can be part of tonight's show. We are also live on iOS or on Apple. If you have an Apple device, go to the App Store, download Loud Silence Radio. You can be part of tonight's show. Thank you very much. If you have any digital TV, you can also search for Loud Silence TV. You can watch the show right now. How is everyone doing? Obi aho te saying ende eye yawada yawome yawada ye frame yaw ana ekọ enye ekwaw. Ye frame ekọ me enfantini misraw. So one person do problem. There are two things you don't do. Me bro for the one from Kelvin. Only big problem powers as we so no from Kelvin. Any dem no be. And the second thing one person be problem any say we ye say obe frame ekwaw. Ye frame ekọ EKOW ekọ. Inti so person me ye fine eche. Obe say me no nante che. Obe say me no mienu ye nya problems da. Ye betumi abobra ma me no mienu nya ye ndamfo acha. Two things. Call me Kevin or echo. But say we mistake now one no kutia me because me who say a 10 year. Me who say a big insult when they call me echo. And I say obe frame Kelvin. These two things, oh yeah, me fan chow da I was as so. Team stay with me. Sanyo ma we oh yeah, me Kevin, me fan chow da I was as so. Inti so unim send me tia. Debiano o frame ya oh Kevin and I echo. And dear me know, but we mistake one day crana by oh, me pacho break quaw, obey a quaw, and one no me know we there's nothing you can say to make that relationship, you know, and now or do me woman and it's never going to come back again. It will just disappear. It never, don't dare ever to call me a quaw. Because the moment you do that, you become my greatest enemy on this planet. And the second thing is when you call me Kelvin, and you can put the young wumpanke. Oh, my man, one will crank ye. Say, we be one like Kelvin, not will get to me, yina el name Kelvin, and yet you bookum. And yet, me man for bookum, el baby, I will be ano. It's very, very important. I also want to say thank you to Ubia Wabahabia today. We're going to be doing around 2 hours, 30 minutes. Yeah, how it's going to go. Exactly, Ghana time, by 6:30, also show we end 6:30 exactly. Show we between end exactly at 6:30. Yeah, show area but end yeah show area. Me yeah survey be yeah be check here. You know we control and sometimes we decide to move our time around to see something. As time goes on, we might be having some Wednesdays or Thursdays afternoon shows, but yeah, share how it will go and how I will do normally me a vampire and I don't go na meba inti me pie wi a you be see shows na e system nim nyina so bi benya your numbers na ye wo no even this afternoon we did not announce I be see hwe inti so we show see ajai mo amu ye show see nyina munjai because Kevin Taylor ba obi abejai akokwe Kevin Taylor and it's a fact inti so we show enwumbre a okuru at TV so a friend say Kevin Abo we dey pon na bra na enkoyi. So, oh boy, and now girl at TV so sure I can say, oh, Kevin Taylor Bow, where they are in Temna Pong, na Kevin, a banty, because Kevin, into Mr. Ramo, into more we showing in a way, just an advice. Monya fast na pong, me mama be 2 minutes, Obian Pong. Today we are going to start from the northern region, upper west region. Community labor is one of the best things that are happening to Ghana and Africa. And when you come to Ghana, especially, people basically live together, live as family. People help each other through communal labor. And untimika communal labor, and I say, ejuma ye boom and ye slim and film. In fact, people who live together as one people do things in support of each other from the north. And when you see the unity amongst, and I say how they share unity, how they share things, how they are able to feel for their brothers and sisters, especially the women, the way they are able to teach their children how to understand, say, you need to help one another. You need to help your neighbor so that a drew so a neighbor so to me abow. And when it comes to communal labor or living together as a unit or as a people, and also instilling some kind of discipline in our children, and also maintaining the culture of hard work, you cannot take away the upper west region, especially my brothers and sisters in the northern region. Tonight or this afternoon, this afternoon show, no, almost stream and started the rhythm, the love, and the togetherness are omutumi ediye ejuma boom. And this video you're about to watch, yema amenoma almost streamer sebio omu nya anase almost na for bakubi ejuma bi onifie sebio omu besi dan but omu ye floor no, and you could see the joy, the happiness, the togetherness, and the way they are able to protect culture and also stay united or stay together. And they are very, very important. Indeed, when it comes to the north, unity and this is something I really appreciate. Let's go straight to the upper west and start tonight's show, this afternoon's show. I'm sorry. So this is the upper east, upper west. This is how communal labor is done. Obi and is in and they're about to make sure floor no I'm gonna prepare floor no, to start building. And these are some of the things you see. Udruha, the bond, the love, and the energy that comes together for them to work as a people. No, we need to learn. And it's not just the work they are doing, it's about how a put it together. If you're Ghanaian, you need to start traveling around the nation. There's one thing I Ghana for munimye uboha watna kransa onko baby ada uboha watna some part of the regions the countries are onko baby ada. Sometimes try and travel to other places in the country. You will understand your perspective about some things, you know, and your relationship with people, you know, it will start to get better. Sometimes na you view no anana say your perspective about things, you know, say I'm pe ada bibi anka ho ana views bi anka ho aya emane be just one sided. It's very, very important. Ghana nye kru kese bia, Ghana nye kru bia esu bia sebio kakra be kan nsem ebe kan nsem you will just sit at home, try and travel, try and go around and then see other places in Ghana. Beautiful places in Ghana. In fact, oko the upper east, upper west, the northern region, Udru, the Bono areas, very green. Udru, the central region, my own hometown, very wonderful place. So many beaches in the Volta region, very, very wonderful scenery in the Volta region. The most greenest region in Ghana, the Volta region, the Oxygen City. When you go there, you will see, say, this is beautiful. Ubetumako Axem, Ubetumako, the eastern part of Ghana. The western part of Ghana, Udru Asio, the western part, Sekenita Krade, Inche area holding you could see say beautiful places to visit. Inti, you need to also travel around. You can go to the Ashanti region. There are so many places in the Ashanti region you can visit and enjoy the place. You can also go to the northeast, northwest. You see all the places. Just find time and travel around. Inti. It's one of those things. Be very, very inquisitive about things. We are Ghana, remember Ghana, and a new place to you. Try and also visit places, enter places. You know, sometimes to kwain, just go there, spend a day or two with your family, and come back. You don't always have to go to Dubai. Bibiani Dubai. Maybe say Dubai or the champion because I don't see anything organic in Dubai. Into that feel of Dubai now, you say a tourist place, and I don't really see anything in Dubai. Maybe the champion So sometimes you need to also understand the green, you know, the natural water, the environment, the vegetation, something you can feel and touch without anybody telling you don't go here, don't go there. There are so many places in Ghana you can go and feel free as a Ghanaian and enjoy the place. These are some of the things we need to also all the time, you know, understand. Let's visit home. Let's visit home. We are home. Let's visit home. Let's enjoy the place. You know, and these are things that we need to be doing as time goes on in Ghana. Some people are quite confused on social media. There are people who are also confused on YouTube. Is this show live? Is Kevin live? Kevin doesn't normally come around 4 o'clock. Normally on time by around 12. Yeah, I understand. Hey, about 1 p.m. US time, Kevin Taylor is on air. Is it true? And some people are confused. I understand. This is not a replay. This is a live show. And in fact, we did not tell a lot of people, or we did not put any announcement out. We'll be coming here today at 12 or 1 p.m. US time, which is 4 or 5 Ghana time. I understand. We need to understand, say, show no, and you change time ne kakra yes survey be some research be anything in the area uhumi a year with TV so in this one TV so you bring a live show we call Loud Silence TV so a live show sorry team are we good? 1 second.
Yama o kwan se be yejuma ejuma no want man ye Obia be ejuma yi na sese wotena abonten se yema on kwan ye ejuma no bi mengin de se Ghana for be penisa yema o kwan se be ejuma ejuma no want man ye Obia be ejuma yi na sese wotena abonten se yema on kwan ye ejuma no bi mengin de se Ghana for be penisa yema o kwan se be ejuma ejuma no want man ye Obia be ejuma yi na sese wotena abonten se yema on kwan ye ejuma no bi mengin de se Ghana for be penisa yema o kwan se be ejuma ejuma no want man ye Obia be
hey shut up ne kasa bebre de bia tronko a untumi kanokraba akompoma wonto obekọ bonsam gem ba omi abekọ bonsam gem If you're watching me right now, just YouTube for no people like say, Kevin, no sound. Refresh your page. Refresh a page in our ocean. It's a live show. It's a live show. I know some of you are a little bit confused. Mamenka hello ntre kakrebi na yemfa jumadi ne enshisha so. So many people. If you've made it here tonight, Yamin Show, because we are VIP. Lots and lots of people. Omunim say I am live right now, or this show we are live. If you've made it here tonight, then that's a way hard guy. I can see a year. Kojo watching me tonight. Alex is also live here. Thank you very much, Alex, for being here this evening. Ohima Asida Papi B is also watching me. Mihu Ubi to say a year. Too many people. Amanfo Maxwell is watching me this evening on Facebook, YouTube. Paul Sansa is live on a year Facebook. Smart is live. Daniel Dagba is watching me. Kluti is watching me tonight. Mihu Business Dominic live. I can see a year. Rosa Sari. Daniel is back again on TikTok. You know, so many people on TikTok watching me this afternoon. Changing time. Fine. Besome try to get used to the time. Dennis is live on TikTok. GY is live on TikTok. Rich Muslim is watching me live on TikTok tonight. Also, Obi to say, Bigger Adams is live on TikTok this evening. Just trust the process is live on TikTok. Benjamin is live here. Kusi Ampui is watching me. Walter is live on TikTok. Obi to say, K3 is watching me this evening on TikTok. Susie Yabua is live on TikTok tonight. Mihu Obi to say, Lucy Lucky Comfort watching me on YouTube. No, Mihu Obi to say, Sika watching me tonight. Facebook Rebecca Akapo is watching me. Aaron is live. Erasmus is watching me. Erasmus McBondi, I think so. Also Obi to say, Danilo. G Danilo is also live on YouTube tonight. Adamwa Abdullah is watching me. Also, Ajomanyo, my love, is here. Good evening to Ajomanyo. Good evening to Kriya on TikTok this evening. Good afternoon. Let's try and make it work. Obi to say Amos Ishon is live on Facebook. Serenity is watching me this evening. Ahmed Da Silva is also live on Loud Silence TV on Facebook, YouTube. Echuma Mayo is watching me this evening on TikTok. No, mihu Mama Susu is watching me. Roland Folly is watching me this evening on TikTok. Mihu Obidise Eme watching me. Elijah is also live here. Mr. Eric is watching me live on TikTok tonight. Kwame King is live on TikTok. Thank you very much for being here. Mihu Obidise Citizen watching me this evening. Bronzy is also live on TikTok tonight. Mihu Obidise Lucky Comfort back again. Musa is back here. Ajua Becky is watching me live on TikTok tonight. On Facebook, you know, Edith Quist Amegashi is watching me this evening on Facebook. YouTube, Jab Medial is watching me. Juzma is live on Facebook. Susie is live on YouTube. Isaac Yambila is live on YouTube tonight. Irene Kai Adama is live on Facebook. Mickey or Michael is live on YouTube. Emmanuel is watching me live on YouTube. Ambitious is live on YouTube. All these people watching me tonight. Team, stay with me. Are we good? Team, are we good? Yes, iti wa ohwembia nyame show bia ede na ekoso amente ya nsem bebre ezisi o Ghana nipa bi empese omobedi no kure akyereye na de bia me ka kyere Ghana for say aya mommy are very careful. We are afternoon show. We are going to take it easy. It's going to be just for 2 hours 30 minutes or something like that. Enti me how too much unannounced show ma obiehu. My team, they keep telling me that people are confused. Some people are confused. They are not sure. Say show we live and I say you're live. This is a live show. Yeah, and you show area way because my team they said they just want to do a survey. All platforms. We are trying to look at all the numbers. Near say afternoon show once in a while. Yeah, it's going to be okay to reach the numbers we want to reach. We are live on TV tonight though. This afternoon, sorry. We are live on TV this afternoon. We are live on YouTube this afternoon. We are live on Facebook this afternoon. We are live on TikTok this afternoon. We are live on radio this afternoon. Inti all platforms are blazing. Inti say when we nim YouTube tonight this afternoon. I'm not used to afternoon shows. Make cut tonight be any afternoon. Inti I think say gradually we will get there. But remember, your show no any area shows. Once in a while, there be area show. Tonight, there, this afternoon, there, Bibini Yentina may show area, and then Mema Obia and you say change your time. No, but with a special show and a area we. Thank you very much. Okay, now. And rather me can't send me a year the Central Regional House of Chiefs and something I want to do the Central Regional House of Chiefs. I would like to say this. Make nobody frustrate my father with phone calls. Me papa own to me stopping me from what I'm about to do. Inti unim se undi bone. Unim se oyo hene ewo the Central Regional House of Chiefs na onje bribe. Case bi meda ho ema onko eye another chief ho en country se wakwaje 400,000 Ghana cedis. And that ohene nje 100,000 na mundia semnen say no. Don't be worried. If you are the Central Regional House of Chiefs, na say when a year timer Togbe Afedi, any Nana Ewusi, when MPP came to power, Omobe contested for their to keep their seat as the National House of Chiefs, president and vice. Now when we say oh your hine, now for Central Regional House of Chiefs, now I'm calling 50,000. Ankoma ahemfo a oni omokoye as a member of the group move free Central Region Echo Greater Accra to Sabana. Don't be worried. So when him say you are in the Central Regional House of Chiefs, now your gazette in ahemfo beye 4, and you know that the way it was done illegally. Don't be worried about what I am about to do. So our Central House of Chiefs, now why do you know say, oh, you're hine, and you can make bribe your queen mother. Again say, ube to me ede eye ketasheshe, krono, sebio, to me kakra owo, ede buni pa faswa. What I am about to do, the expose I made by every the Central Regional House of Chiefs, you should not be worried one bit. Because me ankasa, menana, nana kuisata, the Cape Coast manhine, me uncle ankasa no. I respect him a lot. And he's somebody, you know, I will never do anything against the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Abra, Sebio, Mayetia, Ayemfantimine. So the respect I have for Sapa Padinti, and I've held on until now. And he's my uncle Prekope. And everywhere I stand, I will defend the Cape Coast or Mahine anywhere. Baby, I'm but you see, Nana, with all due respect, I know, say you have heard this matter and all the things going on and what I'm about to do. Please, let me do what I have to do because I want to sanitize the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Senebeya Sebio Menana say debi muniwa at least monana nom ebemu say the enkonya ene Sebio house na muja no hono. It is a house Sebio baby abobeko bia na muchi mucha muchisho muchia mucha munisho muchia. You will be proud of it. So yeah, penipa ba kubi all Central Regional me ferry the pa the Cape Coast or Mahine me ferry the pa. I respect him because Oyobia, we didn't win. We're living a very respectful life. But there are some chiefs at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. All the good things are him from peniphobia or protected infantiman, protected infantifor, and yahiniano. There are some chiefs who are very corrupt at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. And yesterday I mentioned Enyan Abasa. Oh, this man. This man is one of the most corrupt chiefs at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Ono eneye ohine ewo Enyan Abasa. This man, a very corrupt chief. Very, very corrupt. And he lies about everything. This man, he used to be a taxi driver in New York. And sana, yeah, kofane fiabro chamana ba Ghana. Na oba Ghana kwa no ni ka. Ka no betwikra no nibi nipa omoma ne ka twi no ono ene tene ne ho ena o sabotage omo this man And this is the same man who with the Elmina chief. On the Elmina heneno. Sa papa na oni fie demu na odeda de hotel no. The Elmina henena osoria oni fie demu. Osoria na oda hotel. Ohine a oti hotel. Sa papa we this enyan ebasa hene oni yere ohina oni yere. So ask yourself, how can these people they leave any legacy for ahine ne ade amomuso mundino? He used to be a taxi driver. This is the man who was championing the idea that my father na oti the Central Regional House of Chiefs eka kire ene inkofo gang say omo pressurize me papa time me kufu ado power say me papa mra TV so be deny me. This man and all the things he has been involved in, including Nyoma Ojinse Minim on an now for fun, especially the Elmina chief. That's why I first apologized to Cape Kusumahini. I've apologized to my father. I've apologized to Ahimfum Peniphobi in the Central region. What I'm about to do, it will cause a lot of problems. So this man, wherever he is, and I've heard so about America, for about 8 years, this man could not come to America. Mumusa say, dear record pan or what? That this is the first time I to about America. And you, the politicians now, more end this now, you are resourcing this man. You are going to be my enemy very soon. You are going to be my enemies because this is a man who did everything possible to make sure say Kanano Pokwajima will never become the vice president of Ghana and John Mahama will need a central region. This Enyan Abasa chief, a very corrupt man. A very, very corrupt chief. And the kind of things I'm about to do. And you see, go to that town. A chrono or say, oh yeah, or go and ask. Was say chrono? This was a man who was just a mere taxi driver in New York. He didn't have a dime when he came to Ghana. In fact, time when we are not in New York, taxi. He did not even have a place to stay. Some people took money and brought him home. Today, he has become a traditional insect. Every single bribe, he wants to take it. And why yes, Sadiana, the good Central Regional House of Chiefs for the and I have told him and I have promised him wherever he is, called to be a person could be uncle. Me say, recently, me say assembly that the Central Regional House of Chiefs now. Ebusian Fono, they know themselves. This morning, I talked to that Ebusia. Papa we kwaje 400,000 Ghana. And also obey 100,000 Ghana. They are come on hine bako. And on hine no omun change verdict no. And on hine nesa onje. Sa on hine no ochna medini dini ni mu beba. The reason tia on hine na nje ne ka kire say sa some way ya ankan ye na end up in national. Ye nyina ye ni mbegu ase. Because of this greedy man, he is still insisting. And you see, or the vice president of the Central Regional House of Chiefs, do you know how he became the vice president? Right now, the target didn't say he wants to use the Central Regional House of Chiefs and some politicians in the NDC to go to the National House of Chiefs. Go to the Central Regional House of Chiefs, secretary. Because on an enuma by case biani sikebi opesoji obekwa no panoto ewia not to enyumre not to every single bribe he wants to take it. This is the man. Make sure say time when I'm side in war Central Regional House because I'm say the day I will retaliate. Time when mo MPP no power na mo ye the number and I'm say the day I will retaliate. One share the Central Regional House make guno. Me catch them in 2023, 2024. This guy, ordinary the vice president of the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Now, the president, Ankasa Krampure, this guy, he has turned him into a statue. He's using the president like a statue. What this guy, Moka said a scandal be about Dampare. No. The former National Security Board, the friend saying, Kandapa time NPP ba power not to be afedi and the National House of Chiefs president na Nana Kwebu Ewusi and the vice president of the National House of Chiefs. I'm telling you something about this guy. And Sana, I will take my time and come into his criminality. Saa time no omo to aba e Central Regional House of Chiefs and obeye vice. So on a normal day, say ye to aba at the National House of Chiefs e was a region behind the representatives echo. So about 5 people from the Central Regional House of Chiefs had to go to Accra to go and vote in the elections now. Time NPP bar power. And the idea was that they wanted every means to get rid of Togbe Afedi as the National House of Chiefs president. Mokai. Togbe Afedi, his vice is Kwebu Ewusi. So, Kandapa money MPP for no calculate. Omo your plan be say they were going to make sure Togbe Afedi loses the elections. Kwebu Ewusi, who was his vice, loses the elections to bring in Oja Hoho. So Kandapa started the manipulation. Saskanda we say Satana people in power. So this guy was part of the group at Yomufi Central Region to go to the National House of Chiefs to go and vote. Now, do you know, say, Togbe Afedi's vice, who was Kwebu Ewusi, was coming from the Central Regional House of Chiefs because he is a Fanti and he was the vice president of the National House of Chiefs. Togbe Afedi, so he was coming from the Volta region. Could you believe? Omudru Accra omukoto aba no. Mukai se brebi mede eye ahemfu bi omutwa omukoto aba de picture. Omuto ye no aba no omutwa picture. It was this man. We move me see me catch them say you know ye bear man na also wanje bribe no be kan kire me. This is the guy who led it. So when they got there election day and a Kandapa Efre man we catch and say they have to do everything and make sure they vote against Kwebu Ewusi or free the Central Regional House of Chiefs and being the vice president of the National House of Chiefs. And it Togbe Afedi, the chiefs no move free a Central Regional. They were scared. They did not understand why they should come and vote against their own. But this guy was the guy who led that a coup against Togbe Afedi and Kwebu Ewusi. So this guy was the guy who went in there, took 50,000 and told the other chiefs that he has taken all the money on in a chest. This guy. Me say me person call to because me have him on tape. I have the election no more yet. This guy. So this is the guy who did all the coup against Togbe Afedi and Kwebu Ewusi. Now do you know what? That is when he became the vice president of the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Right now, the target in United say he wants to use that deputy position at the Central Regional House of Chiefs to become the president of the the Central Regional House of Chiefs because election seba. And then you see, ope ahemfuna omuye jumati ajo Mahama ne na opoko ajiba the vice president was this guy. Sikebi obedibi. This is the guy who stood in public. Ekufuado campaign time. Oka say Ekufuado de oye pegini na ade nkofo didi Mahama tema ade Ekufuado nkofo. This is this guy. And I'm shocked that you get ministers today who are buying Sisanoma Tamka Amakwawi. These are the people. This is the guy on some group. Maka, I'll come and do a story on the Elmina chief. On the grandpa there, or two hotel, or hina or guest house. On the put me who is all your hine. Or hina or guest house. Elmina for hine, or hina or guest house. Now you know to guest house there. LSN Abidjan guest house or Tianke. On your guest house, they'll be to my yama mine. Elmina my hine. On your Kwawe, anyone medium list of. But what I want to tell you when I say the MBN it started from when MPP they were in power, and what this guy did me keeping it quiet because you see, I wanted to prove a point to them, say I was going to make the NDC win power, and after the NDC wins power, I will expose them. On America, Bumbusan said, no America. This guy was not even supposed to be the chief of Enyan Abasa. Never. He was never supposed to be the chief. Nan keniso di hini okrumo. Me say, this guy, he was never supposed to be a chief, not a taxi driver. Omu yini hine, no nya ticket sika kwencha ticket sika mefie. But I want him to understand what I'm about to start. Say open year, Uncle Fie no nja hini into. Because the embarrassment that is coming with it, on to mean siano. And nobody. The way I now person papa deny me, no, I will let your own people deny you with the facts. the way you or anyway now say me papa because of MPP politics inti me papa mra bontene embe deny me now mama me papa pressure now mu didi na tem ewo Central Regional House of Chiefs now mu didi me papa tem all because I was working. Me say I am telling you your own people omo abasa they will deny you. Ya nintem ne kofie because omo twen. It is just the first stage. Me Manatia says what is going to come is going to come. And nobody can stop me. The disrespect you people disrespected my father. Now, enyame papa mo ne boa mo abedi hene. Omo awufra brochire ba omo talk ama wo de mu. Na untumi oba krom Ghana na uni kampochi. Such an ungrateful character. Bribe. Eche we who bribe. Me say the court be a person could be a court me twen. Any court you want to go. I am waiting for you. Court be I am waiting for you. Now, on Hinikitua where would you know? Oh, they say the whole House of Chiefs in the Central Region. Or Hinikitua, only Elmina Kineno. Elmina Hinikwa Purana Membasama can answer because no company on your Hini. Because on not hotel. Only die them. A dying a dem. Sorry, Echo Jare say, me your Hini. Only be them. Now, me the honest record, baba. Mo yes, I cool na. Mo deliberately. Mo imagine somebody in Central House of Chiefs, Regional House of Chiefs, to mess up. No, me I am ready. I am for baby. They know I respect. Me I respect. I am for 99% of the Central Regional House of Chiefs. I respect all of them, but there's 1% to be wom. And me fantini me peneda Emma that bad 1% not to destroy the whole. I am for more Central Region. Me pene. So, yan in time na ko Ghana. I've sent my boys to Abasa. They are going to bring videos for you to see a chrono of this no. And if even the people are Omo Abasa and they want this guy as a chief. Connection man be arma ko form of Abrochiaba, Omumedi hine. Taxi drivers, Omumedi hine. Omumchichi toilet so just say yetiti chroma, Obiaba is Omedi hine. Into Omobano Muskape, na baby, they are entering, they are messing things up. Now, Kwawe, they be last, because I said, no, or Central House, Regional House of Chiefs. Sami Papa, Senko a greedy man, and can this about power, and Sanka NDC, Sebio, and everybody will have to come and buy a car for my father. Me Papa will be a cow. He's using his Prado, he's very fine with it. It is for a greedy man and can board 10 or so. But my father is not on any board. You know why? Because he was living his life before politicians came. Maybe on the board be also. On call politician be uncle panicho for me to board. So as we speak, maybe only government board, only be with government. Maybe for 2 way, sa Land Cruiser na moko di konkonsa na mumubi mon kano kre bribe 7 na yatamamono. Maybe he can buy his own Land Cruiser. But he's fine with his Prado. If I want to buy my dad a Land Cruiser today, I can buy him a Land Cruiser today. I don't need to go and lick the butt of a politician. In China, they are honorable men and statesmen who, at the end of the day, they respect themselves. Thank you, Mr. S. Let me show you. This man. I can't talk away. I check that my dinner na me show. Me catch say I will retaliate and it's going to be dirty. Me twen Ghana. Me tiaso me twen Ghana. Because I'm better do Ghana. Na me ma ukro for no hu. The things you have been doing. 2024 elections, 2020 elections. Nana do danko ekufuado eko ni kro mu ho. This guy. And the more NDC for so adama toka ama kwa we. You see, what did he say? Vote straight dress. No, not skirt and blouse. Enyan Abasa Chief Edge constituents. 2020. Tango for we na mo NDC for most of toka amomo. These ungrateful people. Ekufuado kromo kachom say, Momon to skirt and blouse. Omon to aba ne me ekufuado ne MPP. No kunipa. They were at the House of Chiefs. Now no poko ajima ba no be campaign pe. Then they will gang up and they will go out there and destroy the woman. Sa enyan abasa hiniwi. He was the one leading. Me don't want to be the pictures abechra. Now Otu voka seminar and saying or say politicians and TRC say to me yendin kaso. Sesia de e was ahim fu bi TRC say ahinie yentu bi ndin kaso. Otu for me da se pa for that statement. Nana ebi mo ay imagine say mu di ahinie na kaso a the time has come. Sa ahinie na yendin kaso. Because I say TRC say so one more bra ye one nyoma bi ye odo ho frafra krono ene nyoma bi ahia sa ahinie no ndi nkaso. And that is what we have started. Intermediate is a message to him. Baby obi amon kan chen say I am ready and I'm about to explode. So why ready? I'm also ready. With all due respect to the Central Regional House of Chiefs, the paramount chiefs there, I am from Penny4. With all due respect to you people, 99% of you, I respect you and I don't intend to disrespect anybody. But these kind of people at the Central Regional House of Chiefs, they me and them. That 1%, you know, it is between me and them. So, menana, kuisata, ene ahimfo akesi amaka wa Central Region. With all due respect, munjame, na min dealing with the bad nuts in the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Thank you very much. Now, eye sofu trumu, eye intrumu, trumu fodjo, and intrum fodjo akotena TV so. Na ade na oka. Yasi intrum fodjo ni gay lover they say unretracted. Iti intrum fodjo enko court. Munim the lawyer nkuta jine. Small boy na ma me 19 on so 12 no. Now, me catch them 2 days ago say intrum fodjo or ye trum difo or ye gay. Or ye GAY gay. We didn't call for to and the nipa na ofan to no aba bontina be catch them say or say in trum for your do pebia onye. Now in trum for your akwatena eye TV so akwaka asembi mumie ntie in trum for your mumie ntie asem ni ye pa. Now you see I keep telling Ghana for anytime a politicians ebe di boni ebe chi omo then they want to politicize it. Mumie ntie in trum for your.
I don't want to glorify him because he's just a tip of the iceberg. The bigger people who are behind him and doing all these things, the government machinery, and I have cause to believe so. When I wrote, my lawyers wrote to him to retract what he wrote back, represented by a known lawyer, a lawyer that is a known NDC member, a lawyer that is visibly key member of the government's delegation to the recent United Nations General Assembly that forcefully sponsored the resolution of the passage of the reparation resolution. We saw Vomao, key part of that delegation, key part of government delegation that represented Ghana and the government at UN in the full company of the president. And you remember it was just this UN trip which returned brought about the government's sudden U-turn on LGBT matters. And so there's a lot.
That is your suspicion.
It's not suspicion. I mean, it is clear. When Angel Maxine started going on his madness on this matter, you know, it was Jubilee House presidential staffers who started promoting this matter. How many sponsors are championing the bill? 10. So why didn't they attack everybody championing the bill? Why did they single out one person? Why did they single out the pastor among them? Why did they single out the NPP among them? Because an NDC lawyer is the one defending, an NDC key member of government delegation, and I stress here, visibly accompanying President Mahama at UN General Assembly. And these are the agencies that support these things.
But this,
and this is the very trip.
Is a lawyer. He's only doing his job. In fact, he can defend somebody accused of murdering, killing, robbery. He's just doing his job.
So
no?
is it a coincidence that they go for United Nations General Assembly, and right from that General Assembly that he was visibly, you know, accompanying the president, they come back. The president hosts an engagement with CSOs and says that the LGBT matter that has been on the front burner for years now, which became his major campaign message in the run-up to the election, is no longer a priority because of basic needs. Basic needs that did not arise yesterday.
We are seven organization. I feel the radio so see hi. Odim say Jubilee House and a sponsor a year day a year nipa na odi ni trum na nipa na say on tiase no na on fa no court. O say odi obi court. We go hu fin say wo ye trum difo. Obetina TV so I say ai nipa na lawyer no your friend Oliver na Oliver no na say John Mahama na okọ UN General Assembly na Oliver ni ko binti a Jubilee House and a sponsor magazine no say on gu enim ase. Una watch your letter say woman 7 days. Also woman 7 days undi ne to. And also wedi me to. And also undi ne to woman 7 days onyin free inframe. And also say onyin free inframe because wedi ne to. After betina radio say I see idea no NDC for Jubilee House for Omoko General Assembly no magazine na Oliver no ne lawyer your friend Oliver na Oliver no so NDC ni into NDC for na target no adentina nipa omote anti LGBTQ bill no so no yenka so obi adi to because ono nko a and I'm say when edi to obi adi to unu wakodi to ni ache so edi to adentina opese of force mo bi so go di to. It is obi to bill a committee so near Mboni dia na ondi to a force say mbo obi din so wedi to wona wedi to ni aba odin e dey na wo force so say aden ne mbo obi so din ka ho. Right now you could see he is not actually addressing the matter. You gave the person 7 days. What is this ranting about? Oman and Danson. What is this ranting about? Prepare your documentations, prepare your lawyers, go to court. Make a chemo say obwa. Na opese ode court ni wuna den ode wuna ni gay lover no hwe eye intim fojo na say intrum fojo we di to mo ache na mebusa o say Oliver because Oliver echo UN General Assembly na John Mahama call na Oliver o nti oye ndisi ni a nti abotrika so oye ndisi ni oya kwasia oh the body language no oh the confidence ni nyina ayira wan nini won draw sum. Yeah, trying to say Uncle Court or Bois magazine and some can a no crack. Sa in true for Joey or name Quara da on him and then the last stop knew he is gay because the issue here is the warranty about who cares if even Oliver is an NDC person who cares it's the crime we are looking at who did now when did he's refusing to. Also, say, I don't want to glorify him. Now, if you don't want to glorify the magazine guy, why don't you make sure your lawyers go to court? Now, statement OUZ. You have given the person warning. So I retract out in the court. I feel that you don't want to glorify him because NDC is a sponsor. Onimso odru quarter. Magazine be you obu video ane ye born to. Now funny etarada and a poto onimse ye betche no. Because Maxino ono taking records of everything. Inti onim say a copy quarter. The whole world be say otara down afuni etara down and a so kwasia me catch them from day one. In trum fojo sade na oye anti LGBTQ yam pass law obwa or they protecting home. Oye trum difo so my catch Ghana for every single day. Now we there so a sofu onya sofu bia kohwa asoro nipa on your mother. Simple. Trumu udi ana wendi also obiti committee ni so adena mo kese onu so dibi wona ye busawo adenti na mo committee ni so no menkwa ni atagete me because wona weni breto wona wudi to obi antewa odi to committee ni so obi aniwa obi ababo ntebe se wo so wudi to enti se no wona wudi to enti wudi to akoyi wo ho ano wo so kokot afede obusa se adena menkwa na yesi me di to na wudi to no weni breto enti ne yeba odi so wudi to intim intrumu fojo me catch from day one sa de na opesa okata so sa eye trumu a wa ya che trumu akwa we starting me ma die enyende ena trumudifo eye intrumu fojo ene me ma start die ene de you don't want to give eye the magazine any attention you will give by force to force ya wasanteni abre wo be man by force attention because anya na me so wonsa ka say cho letter na be man warning in 7 days na so go to court odan na me say wo asin central for asin south time to me mo no so mo jimi papa see I from constituency no your friend to D4 constituency as in south and odru ha obia ferry asofo muslimin penifo me pese muslimin penifo ne asofo mo montro monya press conference na mon kan kire mo MP say onko court na onko yi mutim free eye de eye enkoasom eye tumudie enkoasom every say mo amugu asin south ade mo pese mo MP odi trumu no eye mo dana eye mo fa na eye mo dana me say eye de pa eye mo dana me say eye de pa yanko ne say na se me ye ne sa trumu ekoso ye ne sa koso eye mo dana asin south for me say eye mo dana mo say eye de pa eye mo dana say eye de pa yanko ne say na say won sa trumu koso ya ne sa wo ne sa wo ne sa abofunu kokot abofunu so for momo malam
I do what you do. One not been doing. One not do a sata. One not do I want to Mr. Leader. Talk about the Kajinani. I want to do that. So I advise you now.
Thank you. Alaji horoso, malam horoso. But the malam horoso beko a Hajj next year. Now let's look at a story to be very important. And the Thursday afternoon show be anjai. Kevin Taylor ye show. Oti TV so ye show. Oti radio so dia na wo ye. Obi anhwe. Oti radio so ye me ye show. Obi anhwe. Jai hwe. Mame hwa de bi ha. Wo dem ye hwa de bi ha. See an oko a year. One of your live shows here, TV for the radio for wow, your live show be a jai because any day obi abeshe is obi a jai. Obi so on your live show ne obi abe. Kevin Taylor your live show obi a jai obi on your live one of your live show Mr. P Mr. S one of your live show GTV Ghana. Omo kro put the stomach can one. GTV for your show. 2 avero monya nipa 2 mundum ni namkoda nkwasiafo na mu ye show se semre am ye show mu GTV mu ye show se semre 1 nipa 1 na ehwe TV ru na ehwe adaso we GM gwa na ehwe se national television wan biem na ye show GTV ye show t nipa 1 me se obi anye show se maba ewia no me be said nyira Conan the Destroyer ye se wan biem na ye show me say cheche me go from ye show se me be se me hu obi o ye show obi a number well obenya 2000 me jai one day show to see my me besides into the whole Ghana obi anya show GTV yet to GTV they know GTV there's so much TV pro they munye besides I beg one day show to see besides it will be a live show Ghana to see TV be anywhere live show ni aseme so krani team. It will be also on your live show. Be man answer there. He say, all right, let's take our business. Now, this is another story, very important. Endra, the president of the republic, John Dramani Mahama, Ekopie, the Volta region, and what actually happened in the Volta region. Abra President Ekopie Hono. What happened? And they say President Mahama, say and our report about say omomuti eponano no ewo Volta region no. Sebio insuo no etu dodo no na sebio amanfo ejapade ne ade nyina say. Now we read this story now. President John Dramani Mahama has visited Fuveme in the Volta region to inspect communities affected by recent tidal waves and engage residents on both immediate relief and long-term coastal protection measures. Now, he noted that the area falls under the World Bank supported West Africa Coastal Area Management Program. That's the WACA. A 150 million initiative aimed at addressing coastal erosion and tidal wave impacts across vulnerable communities. The president assured residents that the project, currently at the design stage, will soon move into implementation, including the construction of sea defense system, groynes, and ecosystem restoration measures such as coconut tree and mangrove planting. In the interim, government is exploring immediate interventions, including dredging of the estuary to reduce pressure and mitigate further damage. In the president Eko Hono one a year nipa omote a year ekura your friend Fuveme ewo Volta region ekodi nkomo ena ose wate se insuo no asoche no sebio ebu ema ebu fosoma pamu nipa ba nkofo fie ema sebio say in Japade na President Mahama ni omokasa no say oka say aban ayantotoye na ntotoye no ni nyina ne say eye World Bank edisike bi beto wa eye $150 million na sa sika ni nyina no de ebeye nyina ne say eye omo omotetete empona no na ensuo no epi omo a sebio etu omo no World Bank idea na omo ne Ghana ban ede omutira bom nyina so omo be ne say omo eba be make sure say eye sea defense no project na yede aboa kese egu eponano no omo ebeye ni nyina na o se nimanim ya no eye aban tototo nyama bi make sure say eye omo titi insuo na no a epono eyi omo anase eyiri form no aban ede entutuye bi beba a ode beje omo esiye na sebio atoyere nchem ento omo a omo te saabia no the president catch omo say nyama bebre no ma yeso omo beye omo ba bedua eye de ndua ebi oso a ye bedua eye nkube so omo resettle omo na omo ye sea defense na o say anche bia eye sea defense ejuma no ebe omo start na omo ye design nyina ewie na President Mahama ekasa no o assure eye Ghana for muti Fuveme say sebio mu nyina mu ye Ghana for na we de eye natural disaster eye atoyenchema enye nipa na sebio omkose na sebio otwedi ampon kwame onu ankasa ne poa osiye no ana epoa oboy no eno na etinitini ne nemu a sebio etu yenuano mu bi the president ni omkasa ka kire say omo oban no aban no ehye omobo say omo bepe enimενime ya baby amomo so enho aheha omo na sea defense project no omo start now. When you look at a year President Mahama videos a course so where the president actually paid a visit mo mianhwe de see wo ho.
No, careful. I'm proud to see that this sea defense is still very effective. I remember in 2013 when I visited here, this road was half eaten by the sea. And then the electric poles were just by the road. And the sea had fell some of the electric lines. So the contractors had to reposition the electric cables over there and run a new line in that place, and then reconstruct the road and then do the sea defense. And today, the sea defense is still looking very good, and communities are thriving. We're doing Blekusu 2, that's after Blekusu 1. So that will give sea protection all the way towards Ketu, and then the Waka project will take care of the rest. This is all the result of climate change. The sea levels are rising, and because of that, coastal communities are all affected. So it means the government has to spend more money to try to protect the coastline. But there's a very good job. You can see many years after,
I left office. I think we finished in 2016 or so. Many years ago.
Eji President Mahama eko eye onam kwan so eko sra Ghana fo a omo sa constituency no gina no say okay said 2013 na omo ye sa sea defense we ewo Volta region na we ne phase 1 omo phase 2 a omo be ya eye fumevefo ni nyina no eho ni nyina no omo sa sea defense no o say sa nyoma we nyina na ye nyoma ye boa ama Ghana ejina ne na so nti ohun sa ekwan ye o say time obedi president 2012 no na baby a emboba ne guni nyina no na electric post na sisi wo in fact na insuo no kra etwa ekwan nim na otu o make sure say na ban in 2013 no omo yes sea defense no making sure say the abo eguo ama epo no sebio abo akonechi ama yi electrical wires ni akọ the other side into no ka say we ni dwuma bia 2013 omo ye ya and then omo betuma ye more inti na okai Ghana for say these are some of the things that we need to be doing and why na adwene say obekọ nanim na eye inkura ewo eye fraw eye Volta regional insuo no asoche no na epo no etu omo no obe make sure say na ban we in the shortest possible time no IMF sika eye the World Bank sika $150 million no ombe yibi ede aye sa sea defense project no ama eye awonafo ana ayigbefo no so enho atomo President Mahama wa hye ayigbefo ene awonafo nyina ebo se oye president nko a NDC wa ban mu nko a JJ Rollins the Tea Party ne de eye awonaman no ana owona ekuro ana se Volta regional eda NDC akoma so na de omo be ye bia ma eye de nipa omo mu no enya sebio eye de eye bambo ene bibia obenya atena ye de ono wa hye ne ho bo ahye Ghana bo se awonafo nko ade enya de obegya omo abjeje mu nti ono atu ni nan ekọ ho ekosra omo a omo te ho no na omo Ghana 40 ase se saa de we bia no ba be no eye de bebi a eye atoyenchem no eyesi no nti we ene de John Mahama enso eye now and ye nyina sorry no eye John Dramani Mahama we tutu ni nan akọ eye Akosombo akohu damage ana eye eja eto Akosombo a sebio ema Ghana nkane asem ekọ atwe kakra bi be a few days no and President Mahama visits Akosombo, commends VRA and engineers for swift restoration after fire outbreak and President Mahama ekọ ho no ono ade ni kohwe damage a sebio na AC senior generators transformers ehye Akosombo a within 3-4 days no engineers no more VRA ene eye omo eye de Akosombo no etumi within 3 days 4 days ekeka nyoma sie ni a ama machines ni sa adwuma no President Mahama ebo oma baso eka say he is very very surprised say omutumi edi adwuma overnight 24 hours and make sure say Ghana nkane na say gina na so sebio transformer a aban esesane de eda ho koso nkane de bedidum kakra if you say eye transformer na ye hyehyɛ ye tu transformer bi a kane abeko form ebeko off ene ye hyehyɛ so ebeko na aba ntene de enya de wanwa bia ebi nsida but or say the agency VR for workers engineers enyina ba together as a unit as Ghanaians to save Akosombo baby eja toye no or say he is very impressed inti ohwe some of the pictures damage and the John Mahama eko hu wo na it was crazy on one kasa he was surprised say Akosombo engineers the VR for no etumi asama new transformers adwuma and the ama yenkane asem no ejina ne naso kakra into we pictures ni bia this is John Dramani Mahama and the of visiting Akosombo eko hu the extent of damage ejano edebaaye owie na one workers ni nyina etwa mfonyini fefefe na o ahye o say oya president nko ade obe make sure say yenkane asem from 2020 eba yenkane asem egen egu time obaye odi Ameri baye car power baye obeja ho na omo ka che say excess power MPP for baye be say yenkane asem no so wasaba na ono mo be di dwuma bom o make sure say dwuma o mu di bia no de ni so na support bia VR ni ECG ene Akosombo engineers ni nyina hia no obe make sure say omo ensa ebeka. This is President Mahama oko Akosombo dam ko visit bibia assembly see no. So you can see damage see a she Akosombo na 3 days ago na nipa bebre ADD president atem ADD minister atem small boys be on TikTok na omomane looking like say oh e bin see that. In fact yen nyina yehu damage in the extent of the damage na enkwara bia sebio omu nim left from right, some very dirty boys bia sebio ye form to a omodwen say TikTok nti and the inclusive ni momuti they are popular no, insulting the president and insulting the government and the yen nyina yehu kania na gina na so and the yen nyina te Ghana for the last 72 hours kania na ye de ye scream say dum so aba no and the kania na gina na so sebio menka say gina na so 100%, but at least you say impenifo bi Ghana omoboa akekere man no inti samutina social media tina TikTok na modwen say small following bi amonya $100 na $200 ni Jimmy kakrebia sebio nipa bi so so no madwene mu say BBC a munya abotre entiem na mabetena TikTok Jimmy mo ho no, we will also follow you guys and end your career, and that is our mandate, because so why adwene say obe misinform obe disinform obe sheda mo ni ada ho na why adwene say oh ya politics so onya politics ye be ma Ghana for mu say either say obe jai politics and also obe politics. That is what we do here. Enti so onya politics America politics. So, oh, your politics are your politics. And that is the rule we are setting from today. Say, oh, your politics are me and Nancy and once say, oh, your politics. So, oh, your politics are me and your politics. Now, by I say, me jeans and minyansa, my politics are framed there, you better end your career. And we are not going to stop. We are going to bring it on this platform. So far, you have found the platform with so. You are starting huma, but you the platform with so, and people will understand why we are aggressive when it comes to people speaking the truth. So when you raise up a kind of crowd, why you say obey jandam or the platform ebe jandam abeda nipa, we will make sure we shut your career down. She Juma aban we ye. She Juma president we ye. She Nkania transformers yes son of Ghana. Obviously, yen na yehu ye. Before Akosombo we were having some power go on and off. No, na ECG, the Ministry of Energy, na omo mayehu say it is because of transformer they were changing. But it became serious when nipe because she Akosombo, so it became crazy. And president any aban beka say the rate at which kanya no dubu because of Akosombo ejana and ankwasiafo bi ebetina TV so dum so aba. Adena dede anamoya 3 days ago munya nende. It shows you say this government is working. It shows you say abawe juma, and I can tell you on authority transformer no mu change and they are going to do it. If it's going to take them 4 years, they will do it. Because NPP abayin say ankomu ni munyansa na ankomu peso bobo Ghana, they should have changed all these transformers. Omankasa accept to say transformers ni nyina say. So why did we sit there for 8 years? Inti Mahama mbra no some transformers nan kwasia 47 bi embe na TikTok embe manu se bunti obeke kan kwasia sem, all because kwasia bi se oni TikTok, all because Jimmy Fobi follow, all because when you aduane bi di ochoba ye begu sa restaurant ni nyina, ye begu sa companies ni nyina. We will go after the companies who are giving you dimes to eat, because when you ready some kind of credit. And every single company you people work for, we will go after them. We will make sure we take Manu aduane free manu makach ma promise mo. Me ejuma we mayacho. I have seen the emotional part, the spiritual part, the physical part. I am Conan the Destroyer. So why you say obey entertainment? Entertainment. And I'm not stopping anybody from speaking on national issues. But if you decide to do that, make sure you are doing it right in the right way. Make sure you are not jandamming. So what you going to say? Bibi friend, content creation was a creating a I will come after you. And me, I never get tired. Because I have time. Me full-time job ni. Me nye juma bi anke juma we ho. Me japade wo wiase nyina me juma me ye we na me ye. Into this is my job. Me nya soccer player, me nya assemblyman, me nya politician, me juma nie. Until you have to understand I have time. I can follow you every single day. Until obiaka sabwan hye. But if you are doing entertainment, do entertainment. If you are doing politics, do politics. So person will cut politics in summer. Be honest. That is all. But some imagine say, mo person muni yeshia, yeni ebetuma report. Muni ma po, yeni a report. Mon go back and check the number of people you know my report. We are still here. It's any our time. This government is working. Yen Kenyan some say age nane naso People are appreciating the job the ECG is doing. Foolish boys and girls. Mo, you have no idea. Mo transform as a yes sano. Mistake ba kuba pe nipa bewu. Kwasi ampenyi wenya a dine time bitima ya the China for wire na afefe mu akwasi asem abobra. Enti obetna TikTok abeke kan kwasi asem ye kan why one no se buntuo abeke kan kwasi asem. Hey, me say ye what time o. We have all the time on this planet. And my job here, I'm not saying some more Obian criticize NDC aban. No, I'm not saying that. But some person criticize NDC aban. Make sure you are speaking the truth. Say, oh yeah, why you say, oh the jandam with him, I will come after you. There are people we helped. Ya onkofo ya boa omo. At the point, ya anje kapre from ho, but omo Jimmy intende, they are struggling. Intimino, I will not entertain any kind of, now me say, there is no media house in Ghana that is powerful than my media platform. Miracle, I will never go on any, the only media platform, Makoso, out of respect and love, for Ransford Cable at your Radio Good. No media house in Ghana is bigger than my radio station or my TV station. No media house. So nobody should think, say, Mako radio ni TV, so you can use that to come and counter me. Me. Afeni has started. Afeni me draw plan. Na me wie plan na. Me say, dia mu be di kura be di amamo. Me say, afeni has started plan. Na me wie plan. Dia mu be di e be di amamo. And I'll have to teach you people a small lesson. Most ankwara mu go TikTok ni Facebook no. Ya be kire mo small lesson. Small lesson. Me no media house in Ghana. I will never get up and say, apart from Radio Good, I'm quoting radio, be so obi interview me. Now, journalists ben or Ghana, onimi nyansa, onime juma chen me obe interview me. Journalists ben or Ghana. Who? And the baby some question that question make us a way there. Who? Say, why in what Ghana or na about Ghana, me say me people obi interview me. Na my bodam. So I want you people to understand. Me strategy when you know. So person udidi kakra stick to what you do. So person basa filled we mudia and you ready. Because you Conan the destroyers in the gua. Makama semi. Now, I mention another story, a very, very important story. And as I'm a very important story is see. Na ni nyina saying, Ibrahim Mahama, or the CEO of Diamond Mine. And or the first gold that way to what town sa gold no ediama the gold board of Ghana. And you see, Mama Chawa Debi, the amount this thing a year history and they say sa gold ya Ibrahim Mahama legitimately or better take over Diamond Mine legitimately we to or the ama Ghana say ye what to ama no. Anka sa gold we nyina anka abrofono nebefa. Do you know that? Now, Chief Executive Officer of Engineers and Planners, Ibrahim Mahama, has made a part payment of 2 million out of the 5 million pledge to the Black Stars fundraising campaign. Ibrahim Mahama, a pledge say obetua $5 million and they supported Black Stars a year World Cup omobano and the Menuka say we ya would $2 million out of the $3 million, $5 million. And that is just one. Now, the main thing I want to discuss, is not even about the donation. The donation there, we'll talk about it. And Ibrahim Mahama, or taking over Diamond Mine legitimately, with all the experience, why you over 27 years in the mining sector, the first gold that went to, which is over 150 million. Let me get the figures right. The first gold that Ibrahim Mahama etu, which is worth about, in fact, let me just show you. It's about 110 kilograms. 110 kilograms. Gold that Ibrahim Mahama to the first gold that went to. Or the gold in Nama gold board is Omonto. Now you have Ghana. Now yeah, reserves, you have something been tour. So you can see today, Ibrahim Mahama, Sami Jemfi went to a year, Ibrahim Mahama gold board, Diamond Mine. They came to a year gold board and the say gold omudi nyina ba ebe chiromo and omu check a year quality quantity so you can see Ibrahim Mahama showing up there with the workers any gold na omo etua omo ton ede ama ede in Ghana no. So this is the gold that Ibrahim Mahama mo etumi etu omo first gold 110 kilograms gold tele and there or say on ton ma brofo on koton ma Chinese for on koton ma America for what ton gold no ede ama gold board. Waton 110 kilograms of gold. Watam gold ni nyina e de amadien gold board. Enti do not sit there and sa gold we nyina no sa 110 kilograms no sa gold we nyina no anka ye de abrofo na na omudi diamond gold mine no so anka omudi be kwa abrochire anka abrofo ni the gold we nyina ekọ and come tam sa gold 110 kilograms and come the nyina ekọ kenya kapre ebia nke benyam 1% pe enso ende Ghana ni etu Ghana gold no odiama Ghana se Ghana nto na Ghana nto nyamfa so. And this is what we keep talking to you people about. Yemu bi yejiminti MPP for yejiminti. Now let's go listen to Sabi Jemfi time Ibrahim Mahama, engineers and planners. Eba ya ombe handi over gold no to gold board.
This is also a vindication for those of us who made all manner of mischief about the legitimate acquisition of this diamond mine by EMP. I mean, this is your vindication right here. We've never seen anything like this on the part of any major large-scale mining company. And that is not to spite them. Of course, they are not Ghanaians, so you know they don't need a Ghana city. But when you have a Ghanaian at the helm of affairs of a large-scale mining company, he's okay if the Bank of Ghana and the gold board says, sell your gold to us, we'll pay Ghana cedis. We are not paying dollars for this. We are paying cedis. And the gold will stay here. And then we can sell the gold for dollars, or we can keep the gold in our reserves. And generations after generations will come and benefit from that. The fact that we are getting 110 kilograms of gold from Diamond Gold Mine. And this is just the first output. Many more will come. But that is not the real excitement, you know. The real excitement is this. Even with the small portion that we've been getting from large-scale mining companies since 2022, many people don't know, but that gold is not given to the Bank of Ghana or the PMMC now Gold Board in Ghana. That gold is sent outside the country, refined in refineries outside the country, and then sold to Ghana in a form of bullion, refined gold. So we don't get to refine the gold in our own country to retain that value. The refining fees here, the refining charges end up in multinational banks outside Ghana. Now, the reason why this is a game changer, that this gold has come in a form of Dory, raw gold. We will say it here. We can and will refine it in Ghana. So the refining charges will stay here. If we buy it, the silver is ours. It will stay here. We will decide what to do with the silver. And this will not only lead to reserve accumulation, but also create jobs and many other opportunities for Ghanaians. And so this is why we think the media must begin a conversation about the contribution of large-scale mining companies to reserve accumulation and local value retention. It is about time we had that conversation and got a commitment from large-scale mining companies to do more than they have done over the years. 10% is definitely not enough. If they can't beat this, if they can't match this 100%, at least 30, 40, 50% will give us the kind of returns we need as a country. Thank you very much for coming.
So that this is history. The first time in the history of Ghana, a Ghanaian in a short space of time, and just 6 months old, or the other diamond man legitimately, legally, or starting a Juma and do 1 month. With many gold over $20 million at the Ghana. Say, Monto. In Faswanika Kromha. Remember, under the leadership of Sami Jemfi Gold Board, almost may be about 2 refineries in Ghana. Do you know that? Recently, Sami Jemfi paid a visit to one of the refineries under the leadership of Sami Jemfi, and the gold no yamfa kwabro chenko refining. Now, bro, for and some beton. Today, we are refining the gold in Ghana. And this is what Gold Board aye. Right now, if we get more Ghanaians taking over our gold industry, do you know where we will get to? Because we're in less than 1 month. And in less than 1 month, so what to me, 110 kilograms. Then let's say minimum, if every month they are able to get even a year 20 kilograms or 30 kilograms. Do you know what we are talking about as a nation? And if all this gold they mine in Ghana, they hand them over to Gold Board for Gold Board to assay, to refine in Ghana. Now, cost sikari kawaha. Now we are able to pay them and then save some of them. Do you know where we are going to get to? At a point, and at a point to come, as a nation. But you see, Ibrahim Mahama from 2024 and the Kufuado or started apply say he wanted to also mine after that man fold up. The NPP started insulting Ibrahim Mahama. They started insulting John Mahama. But NPP Kufuado and omututu obedi na omo enya company bia sebio what that credibility and capacity to mine like abrofo de na omo ye no. It is only Ibrahim Mahama's company that could do that job, and it is not said Obi handing over the company to him on a silver platter. He had to fight to get it. He had to work with the experience, and then that credibility what to me I gather around the world, and the man qualified to take over that man. So let's not joke with these kind of things. Sasika we nyina anka abrofo ne 2 years come dey ko. Enti mekacho say MPP no momo montena position be 42 years. After 42 years no na ye nyina ye na sisi ye na Ghana no ejina ye na nyoma ye ntiase ne ate ase because saa de we nyina MPP ba power omo be say no. Ne ati krom ha no mo de eye de ejapade ba ye. Anka saa ejapade no de na mo pese omo ye ni o. Na nko pese omo de saa eye man ni nyina e koma abrofo. Na nim de ya wo. Abrofo no come na companies ni nyina ye omo dia na eye Gabi Kufuado ne bedi etuo omo na companies ni omo dia e wa abrochire intina nka omo ton man ni nyina de ama omo ho abrochire inta abrofo to gold na nka omo de akwa abrochire na akoton ama omo ho e na Ghana for ya mpene, and these people they still have that agenda on the table. So this is history in the making, and this is not news bia I will say a deal one grow. This is something we have supposed to have a conversation about for about 6 months. Masa Ghana, you bet my boka. Bank of Ghana bet my boka. I don't care. Ghana energy sector, a bet my G3. Abra ye fix it. I don't care. As far as the year edisika ebefie and the economy is stable, that is what I care about. And remember, you be inheriti ana Ghana and this be inheriti energy sector na ekase ne da ho na over $1.2 billion, and the almost to akara manaka less than 700 million. Time a Bank of Ghana MDC buy ebe take over a car na esum Bank of Ghana sa a canon still Bank of Ghana da hon. Let me tell you, sa oba now beto say eka $10 million dawa to fight that debt. You need to understand, say, every single day, that debt accumulates interest. And it's a NDC bar power. Now, say, Bank of Ghana aboka $9 million ana bibi dawa. Remember, say, NDC and agree, say, omoba solve a kind of problem. You need to understand, say, every step you take to solve that problem, you have to spend money. And the probability, say, you being able to solve that problem, no, you are going to incur debt. Now, when you incur that debt, that means, say, that is your breaking point. That is where you take level. So when you take level from there, that is when you recalibrate the system and I'll start to go in for profit. And I will not be surprised if today there is news out to say Bank of Ghana, Aboka, it is the overflow now, every 2023-24 now, MPP for Jan Hono, and Nuna they are trying to solve. Also, the Biabu said, banking cleanup, no, Adentina Ugu Bank say this Ikase Guno, Ombeka say, we had to spend money to close down banks. And this is the same thing happening at the Bank of Ghana. It is in the Bank of Ghana an audit. Near the Bank of Ghana about $15 million. You need to understand, say, they need to find a way to fight that debt. Now, at that moment, you will fight it and create losses. Those losses, and then you breaking point. It means to say, going forward, you will be able to now start taking level. Now, when you get Gold Board, you get some mining companies, you get some of the government institutions making money and bringing money in. What it tells you, then they say, at a point, everything will take shape. At a point, after a year or two, now things will start to take shape. I want about now economy now so into one. Apart from the AC and the AC in 2024, your Bank of Ghana over 60 billion. We could not account for those monies. Free power, now what is going to happen from now on? I say the the positives now are buying with air chucking. It is slowly eating into the negatives. Now, as the positives are eating into the negatives, what happens is that the positives drop. It is a Canada ha and a NDC for positive in the ha. What it's going to do is it needs to come down and eat into this negative, into a bedico negative way. A better perform to argue say NDC is making losses. No. What is happening is the positive will have to come down all the way, eat into the negative to diminish the negative. It won't say positive neighbor down, not negative neighbor down. But say then the negative will disappear. Now when the positive gets to this point, because not positive because the positive had to eat into the negative. So profits now be making it has to serve or solve that problem the negative has created. To say over 20 Ghana. Now, solve a 15 Ghana problem. What is going to happen is over 20 Ghana and then solve 15 Ghana problem. You know, not Sebio Usikaka 5 Ghana. Ubibeka say Masawaboka. No. Umboka, because what you have done and I say, sa 20 Ghana no, 15 Ghana now, or the service sa a Canada no, 5 Ghana no abede or positive you have to start riding on. And that is what is happening at the Bank of Ghana. And to be with Bank of Ghana Boka with Jimmy, because the Bank of Ghana came to inherit a debt that they had to find ways to solve it or fight it. It is on the 20 Ghana, fighting 15 Ghana cities. Now say, or the 15 Ghana cities out of the 20, 8 years Sakana. Obibeka say, now 20 Ghana, went to 1 year, you 30, and son went to 15. I say, no, I need to take out 15 Ghana to clear the 15 Ghana debt. I back 5 Ghana cities, which is a positive number. Now I can start building on it. Into when you see Bank of Ghana record, and the Bank of Ghana, Boka say, it is not losses. These are the negative that they use the positive to fight. And Intina say Bank of Ghana, Boka, Ghana, Igua. Why is the dollar stable? Why are we still recording a lower inflation rate? It is because the Bank of Ghana at the same time fighting the losses. They are being very reasonable about their spending. Into Okuta 20 Ghana or fighting 15 Ghana or the 15 Ghana no 5 Ghana. They are not using the 5 Ghana to just go buy food. They are making sure say 5 Ghana no, or the move 2 Ghana bet your light bill, or the move 1 Ghana bet your water bill, or the move 30 pesos. It's what happens is say, obeji so aboka, but at the end of the day, we cheer a lot of problems and 5 cities require end to me solve. Then what happens is say 2 cities they can start building on the 2 cities. Into realistically, you cannot tell me the Bank of Ghana aboka. No, actually with Jimmy. And you see the inflows. Send a abino, edisika, juma, the internally generated funds. Abandon kobo besia or bontene because Saban way a lazy government. Anka the government should have gone out, borrowed money, and said, say, oh, yes, you have power, no, Bank of Ghana and Boka. But this government is trying to recalibrate the system. But you are going to get shocks. You are going to struggle. And that is what happens. The moment you do that and you get to your level, then the country start to cruise. So from next year, you will see, say, our indicators will start to be positive throughout because they are biting the bitter pill now. Some John, Sami Jemfimo, and other institutions here, they are basically building Ghana, your finances, because now Diegu. Now let's not listen to MP before Jimmy for Bank of Ghana Boka. Bank of Ghana Boka at the end of the day. I don't care. What I care about is Bank of Ghana Boka. Dollar was 17. No. So Bank of Ghana knows what they are doing. And that is what we need to understand. Now, my main story from. The MPP, they are a very dangerous group. And you have to be very careful about them. The reason why I say that, say, utie sa video we are, you'll be surprised.
Koko for you say. Koko food yeah ba ko be. Kwamate say ye bon pa. Na koko ya koko food ko na wo ni koko. The ba ya ni say, ma ko twa bia na me de fa for ma ko ma bu. Bidro bantimu eh Mahama ya Jessica Mahama ya Jessica na video menya video cracker me ki ko jani bi me video kan tebu baby me wa se pick up abi si o mo fufuro tram me ko furo bi ni awo me ko o abo ami je mi ko ji ka ne bi ana to me fa fo mi ko ni a tele gwa ne mi ka ne mu te da su bi no mo ko papa ne to ko dia be furo ka wi ni ango me nya ko ni drum ko bi ase you need to be I see what and drop with your agent. What I'm about that? No, we're going to come in the move. Then you'll be on a farm to put through. And then you'll be on a boat. It's about fun. A farm became. I mean, so one now will be a medium card or them the better. We live in a baby. You are no zoo, only the Nubia Castle. And I'm saying, Menya, come on, dear rough. Oh, and near my mamma and Sasso, say a day. Never throw, young Jenny. No, I can't perform. No more, I didn't penny for people and penny for more. There's only MVP party in Moody. We are, I said, we had everything going with a name and come from baby now. What I say, you're grown baby. And about baby can't tell me that. Because I'm going to say, Mamma can be cry. My country, actually, more better. And a Jan Papa, oh, more to my head. And Kakaka, I'm sure you'll mind. Oh, not a man more to my someone who been obedient. Yes, I have Becca. I have it is German, you know, with my repetition of my cocoa. No, to more, I will remind Kakaka. Munam Kwaji, my king. No, 5 minutes. It will make me 5 minutes. That's my some no ground. No, my being said, we'll move with you. There's a moment come and I be cat. Come back and eat one better battery. And I only managing more. A year there's an Indian Manaquania. Mahama. You
see, MPP are a very dangerous political party. And as we move as a nation, they use a lot of people. On the Omodia Branty. And Oma no muti krumo krampo omoso me kokokua fompo no munimu pose bibi koso omakobo apata wo nwurem baby. Anodom pre Patricia PJ they too dwene. And you see, Saturday no mo ye nyina no, they start all the jandam from the Ashanti region. Makachira mo say MPP so mo be Jimmy almost starting was Ashanti memu. Makachira Ghana for sa asem ya mo je se me boa. Every time the MPP so mo Jimmy be almost starting Ashanti memu. And you see, every time biano oma party bia no cry your friend no cry kebi. And they always try destroy people, use people and dump them. And something about the MPP from the day I party no. So man dampe wana so man to antwe no muku ato atwene. But you see, enyansafo na sebio edun pempenso bia MPP yozu omo no. Omo tumi tena say that be enye saa na chechire man. They all come out and speak truth. No be him said Edabi beba ema hopes na doye abetina ho akaseti ya MPP. No be him say Edabi beba ema Kennedy Japan and the Kennedy action way for MPP mu akotena nchen. Edabi beba ema ende enkwara sebio omo dross endru 9 de enim se ba omi abetima mama mu sika se omo ndi Kennedy atam se ye bie ni tiri so. That is the MPP. That is the Mahamudu Bawumia MPP. Samira Bawumia MPP. That is the MPP and ye nyina ye hu the kind of party omo ye. And come say brandy with life. All because yanko santimemu, yanko chatro, yanshisha asem, yanfa janda muntu nipa bitrim, na yamma nipa binjene say, amanfo na sebio. You see, so you Ghana ni na wadwene adwuma. Never listen to the MPP because omo ejimi. Omo so omo ejimi, omo nyina na mabodam, and I keep telling you people, me say, una munwurem na okohu MPP ni, na se okohu eyeden wo wa. Di nkan ku MPP ni oya santini na se na oku wo no. Me say, na mungurum na wu MPP ni oya santini na hu wo wa. Dinkan mantam MPP ni no. Dinkan chichire ni boduam. Ansa na weku wo no because ukoku wo na wombra no na sa MPP ni asantini no okuta MPP flag no okuta bafu odebe wo. The MPP, they are a very dangerous political party. Enti ayana mama mutututu MPP for say any day biano don't give them the opportunity. Omoba unchanya, you're very alert. Always make sure nessa omo de wube di juma, omo be yusu. Now, I mention a story for. We don't have much time. Now, story with a very important story. Chairman is clocking. Wontumi instructed us to mine in Tano Nimiri Forest Reserve. Edward Ekuokun, former general manager, Akonta Mining, tells court. Chairman Wontumi ankasa the former manager na ohwe Akonta Mining so nyina. Your friend Edward Ekuokun and the Okupie court, a year Tano Numri case na a court, a criminal case, a year won't be Jina court. No. Now, I'm going to court, no, and Chairman won't be Ankasa general manager, no, a contaminant in Suninano, or say, or come a court at Yasie. Omura forest in Muno, Omuko this gold, Omuko sensio, Echo boon in Nia, Essa Ghana and Sassano, a chairman won't to me instruct you almost Omunkoye. We in Kosan can the judge in the Tron judgment in your queen. A dear being pan your pessi at sea, efa a ye sa galam say case will, a dear being your pessi at 2 court, a dear being your pessi at sea. Nipana no ya akonta mine general manager no or say omura nimrim forest no na enye ono na instruct you chairman won't me na friend ka say monfa excavators ni wuram mumbundua montu amena monse koko monse nsuo or say chairman won't me and instruct bronika say instructor bro fumu ya ka say instructor ni twimu ya say oshewo say your way. Instruct, it is similar to forcing you, because when you are instructed, you have less opinion to say no. So every time you are being instructed, you are given instructions. That means you obey before you complain. You have been instructed. It means you are being what? You are being forced, in quotes, to take care of a business. It was say, ya foresee omo instruct you omo chairman would make a chom so omumbu de enquire ngu. Into your theatre see ade na yeji e court. Ade na yeji wo court. Ade na the see aye your court ye waste time. Nipa na no hwa kwonta man and say judge. Papa we na ka say yenko bunsuo, yenko bunua, yenko sensuo, yentu judge yenwie ne yenko fie yetete court ye den. Yet it's a court is here, yet it's a court here. Judge, with all due respect, Mr. Judge, what are we doing in court now? What are we doing? Akwana na ejumano or na hwesu nyina no or see boga and mam instructions and ye excavators ni wura nim and ye sensuo and ye two gala and ye budan et ye bibia you see a case nko send den o kire ya judge to be judgment ni ko nim because I'm paying way we are just wasting time on Chairman Wontumi. We are just wasting time on Chairman Wontumi. And I believe, say, with all due respect to the judge, he or she should not push this case again. It's done. Ya can we see? Show na see. Chuck Norris moving na ende. Bruce Lee ada. Ye wie ade bia pa na ya petie. De ne pese etie say, why na ma to me ma obi ko wura asase so. Nipa na ko wura asase o se Chairman Wontumi na ma no to me. Se ya tete ha ye den. Bebraya ye kenyina ye hwan na ma hwan kwan ma ne koye saa ewudisem no eno ano no hwan na ma instructions no ma ewudisem no course so nipa na okodi ewudisem no o say ma abrantie we fe ne Chairman Wontumi ono ne ka say yenkoye asemasa long story bi eni ho we njidwamu bi enim ena ye kwaba ena your honor ena excuse me your honor ena lawyer Nkutajene your honor we are simple.
My lord, it's me. Sorry my lord, it's I. It's I, Lawyer Nkutajene. Please, my lord, can you give me a time I explaining things to you? The case is old case. It's 1978, 28th century, the case. But it's not now the case. Thank you, my lord. Yes, please, my lord. My lord, it's me. Sorry, my lord, it's I. It's I, Lawyer Nkutajene. Please, my lord, can you give me a time I explaining things to you? The case is old case. It's 1978, 28th century, the case. But it's not now the case. Thank you, my lord.
Thank you, my lord. Yes, my lord. It's an old case. This case is a finished case, my lord. Nkutajene has said it. Long be from your statutory court, they pass a makupeneti. Yakoba, my lord, thank you. Please, can you do this? Can you change this document? Nina, bro, for your Kenya, Nina, Asama could you pity one a mayor could do a asa. My lord, Dia te court ya ko ba nyina ya hwehwe tai ya yi nche ya hwehwe kasok ni nyina no na ye pass ba ko de tie my lord one de ko bu nnua no one de ko tu asase no one de wura asase no ya man kwan so onkoye my lord ene demu no my lord we so ya plan ben my lord inti min ko fiera min ko twen ana se min ko ma se de pop my lord brana be bom me ka we ye numdwa my lord kono kotometua me wia hwe se woni mi just my lord we so ya akwa me rapper my lord afa we are clocking my lord we are still clocking you don't have to do too much my lord the finality has been finalized my lord let us clock by this week clock it Alaji ever man go for no moi
aje wani na bin duwa wani na zuwa sata wani na zuwa arwanci ya kamata ka ji daɗi ba wurin jin daɗi to advice ni na
We have clocked for you. We are clocking. We have clocked it. This is a simple clocking. We did a bien, my lord. Let's not waste time and money on this. Long bien. The Lotto doctor is a good Samaritan, my lord. My lord, he is a good Samaritan. That's why he has given me my own numbers. What are they? 3, 32, 64. You must be joking. 25, 17, 10. Sure banker. My lord. You are let's not stress about this. My lord. We will clock. We are clocking. Now you say we're another courtroom. Another banger. Aya edubu ahin case this ni. Another mirror Mexico. Another banger. Aya edubu ahin case this waba. Kwabena edubu ahin caused 2.5 million Ghana cedis to be sent to Rashida Sani's One ZA Limited from BNC bank accounts. We abayua na sebio oye juma ema obi aye freno eye kwabene dubu ahin. Another banger. And the bangers in the Dawson. Or see, Your Honor, my lord, you see, or see, kwabene dubu ahin ne juma. O mamitam sika pole 2.5 million new Ghana cedis. Mami chiro. You got a 2.5 million new Ghana. Oh, menjia. One da hono. Tete Ghana no, 20 Ghana no. Ya be shisha ahwiaka nkwa 45,000. Ba be hwie sike guo enko 2.5 million new Ghana no. It is a tete 10,000 articulate nkwa 30,000. Abe hwie sike guo. Bi no hwie no adana no ko na foforo ba. Bi sa sika no abrayo we say eye edubu ahima ne transfer sa sika ne koma ma abibi ye friend eye den Rashida Sani eye national security for sika otam 2.5 million new Ghana tete Ghana sika no mo amuti asantemem no mo amuni menhia pa no uwura entrance no ma wo na ya to no ekwan na da ho ni nyina no ahwiaka 30,000 omu nyina ba no mo yegu bra no boko sa sika ne edubu ahim tam ma koma maame baako we ede ne da ho te ha ne yeso so nsam so your friend Rashida Sani's One ZA Limited almost sending sika free BNC bank account edubu ahim and instructed maame a your friend Mildred Donko or say me and edubu ahim mami yi sa sika no every the national security for accounts 2.5 million Ghana cedis tete Ghana sika no se wo pese o ka about 250 billion. Pay obeto nakato Ghana nyina ni Kumasi nyina still enso 250 billion. Enye sikawa. And the court asema wate wo masum no sika podio 2.5 million new Ghana. Tete Ghana no 250 billion. South Central so kosi santase ewura eye bantama ebetime dwiri dan ho nyina egu esijan foforo. I'm telling you 250 billion. Just say what one is on tete, but it's all good. A court, let the process work. Now another banger. You don't court. I was given pre-signed checks to withdraw and wire transfers. Mildred Donko, third prosecutor witness in Edubuahin's case, tells court. My man say, she, no, obebano, na check, yasin signed the ho. And I brought for friend no pre-signed. Obeko ni sign it. Na Obaya say, sa check way. Confess ko transfer kwa 100 billion, 300 billion, 400 billion. Or say the human say oba no atam no akọ send transfer. Che say na sika we dubu ahen ho a otam Ghana sika or so send kwa ha, otam Ghana sika or so send kwa ha. 50 billion Ghana and say mo amote asantime mu no menhia enche ho right ho no no 50 billion. Ahwiaka be 450. Omu nyina ba pe na ma be hwegu still endu sa sika no. Sasika nyina ko MPP asemesi ho and then the Ejina court another banger eya witnesses no chirechirem we ni sika afa dipansem o Sasika we ebetuma yeswame interchange yebetuma si konfo no che eya den eya statue nkwa 545,000 Kumasi make am catch o Sasika we sa 2.5 ebetuma si konfo no che statue no sa konfo no che yebetuma si bia ofie bia mu na ni sika no bodua na gold ye betuma ye bi sa sika nyina MPP fo edubu ahu afa edi we air court another banger Kobna Edubuahin sent huge sums of monies from BNC account to friends and businesses including proprietor of Alhaji's wife Wache Rashida Sani Mukai se me catch them say sa ma amena your friend eye dey Rashida sa Alhaji eye Alhaji's wife Wache esema bibi oton Wache akoto ship sa ma me mo kai se me ne mo kan se mi fa eye besides what's the name Ansa what's the first name sa boy bi na no yedwuma national and I'm so surprised to say that boy he's a pre-second your friend besides give me the name something Ansa he's still at the National Signal Bureau MPP for video Jimmy bought bruta. Sa boy no Aslawusu and the be share the National Signal Bureau. The boy is still working there as we speak. That boy on an ejuma wema den or ejuma wema Edubuahin. Do you remember Sa boy me a scandal? The NDC are still keeping that boy at the National Signal Bureau. He's still there. Ben Ansa or a per second or that day. Onena or adopting bongo ideas no sa boy na kochi bongo ideas or the idea shade it no the NDC are still keeping that boy at the National Signal Bureau. I'm telling you he's still there or no enana or in between Edubuahin and sa maame no stolen cars ni nyina no enena e kofa problem bre Shatawale no it was this guy. Ben Ansa, go and search. Or that one National Signal Bureau. NDC for no. It is sometime I saw my bodam. What is Ben Ansa doing at the National Signal Bureau? Mama bodam. Why is that boy still there? Why is he still? This is a boy who hacked your system in 2020. This is the boy who led the hacking of your system, destroying your system. Election am winning here. Omokachi Ghana for say you cannot collate elections. Ben Ansa any the group. Oni Anochi. Any those criminals, that those are the people who did it. This boy has been kidnapping people. Ben Ansano Kutatuo Botuo Ghana. Oslo the National Signal Bureau. No Oye Jumama Aya Akwawe Edubuahin. These are criminals. Why are you keeping him there? You want to lose the next elections? These are people who are going to take information and go give back to Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. Are you people stupid? Why are you still keeping Benansa? Why are you keeping Benansa? Benansa, a robber, a murderer, this foolish boy. Then you still keep this boy at the National Signal Bureau? Are you people insane? Hey, ready. Mama Chiramu, I can't crave any upon. Hey, you're just 12 minutes to close. Ghana National Association of Teachers, I can sing there, and I want to stress a little bit on it. And I agree with them to some points. Start reading on here. The Ghana National Association of Teachers has raised concerns over what it describes as insufficient budgetary allocation to basic education. President Prosper Techi, speaking after the association's National Council meeting at Ejuso Abankro, called for increased investment and the establishment of a dedicated fund for basic education. And let's go listen to the president of Ghana National Association of Teachers.
Council again has observed with great concern the inadequate budgetary allocation to the basic education level within the Ministry of Education. The truth is that in the year 2026, only 990,500,000 Ghana cedis. I'm picking the figure again. In the year 2026, that is this year, if you look at the budgetary allocation to the Ministry of Education, only 990 million Ghana cedis, 990,500,000 Ghana cedis, representing 9.31% of the entire education budget, was allocated to the basic education. And we think this is woefully inadequate, in as much as we are concentrating on the senior high schools, which we applaud government for. We think that it is time to shift its attention to the basic schools. At least that is the foundation, and we need to lay a good foundation for the future, or for the senior high schools. And that is why we are calling on government that it is obvious that quality public education is not possible without adequate funding. Hence, Council urgently calls on government to increase the allocation to the basic level and the institutions of a dedicated fund for public basic education.
I support the Ghana National Association of Teachers. In fact, I believe that the amount of money you allocated to a year the education ministry when it comes to basic education, honestly, I believe it's not enough. If we want to get a free SHS or second cycle education at papa, the basics should be the best. And NDC is known for paying more attention to the basic schools and our basic education. And I believe, I support what Ghana National Association of Teachers are saying. In fact, we need to have a dedicated fund for basic education. The way you want a dedicated fund for health, you want a dedicated fund for energy. We should be able to, at least for basic education, we should have a dedicated fund there. This is for infrastructure, it's for expansion, it's for making sure the Enkorana Omunyendru SS they will get the necessary materials. Because if we are not able to prepare these young kids at the basic level, Yomudu SSI, they become a waste of time. And for every senior high school and our second cycle education to work or become successful, you need a stronger basic education. I believe, what National Association of Teachers are saying, it is very true and it's on point. The government should listen to them. It's very important because and they are not saying the government isn't trying or the government isn't bringing money, but they are saying it is not enough. The kind of work we need to do, the kind of a basic education, we all believe, we all understand, it needs to be a lot. The attention we are giving to second cycle education, it is good, it is great, but it is looking like we are neglecting the basic education. And in Kurano, class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, JSS 1, 2, 3. That's when you have fundamentals in the writer. The SS is going to be tough because according to SS, not JSS, not ultimately ready. Ultimately troye comprehension ultimately enye bibia enye math odu SSR obetena school kekeni wetwem. So we need to pay more attention to the basic schools or basic education. So I believe the government, the finance ministry, the education ministry, you guys should sit and meet at a point. We need to at least a fund for basic education. A fund. A photobia a woha enkwara omoko from nursery to a year JSS3 no. I was say yetumi ema yenikoho. In this era, no, we are not even supposed to have any basic education and school demo assay. And this say in schools and a tree. And this say enquire a lucky a desk, materials to learn. Teachers are supposed to be accommodated well in the basic education level. Because a whole and a BBA a whole and a addition kasawo. Let me tell you, second cycle education, it is basically to go chew and pour. But when it comes to basic, it is not chew and pour. When it comes to basic, they are now beginning to learn new things. They are now being introduced to grammar. They are being introduced to writing. They are being introduced to how to write, to express themselves. They are being introduced to arithmetic, math, how to do calculation. They are being introduced to new things. So from the beginning, so when you're write, now say more basic, I understand it. You're yet. Now so miss that liner. SS will be a waste of time because if you don't have the basics, you cannot read and understand. We need to pay more attention to basic education. And I agree with the National Association of Teachers. With this, I agree with them. And I expect the government, Mr. President, the Education Minister, the Finance Minister, this is something we need to pay attention to. In the next budget, let's try and move things around a little bit. And if even a fund in the and then multi-million-dollar companies can put something in it, and we can at least allocate some of our revenue into that fund to help sustain and protect young people who are basic level, it will help us. So I support the Ghana National Association of Teachers on this matter. We need to all speak on this matter. We need to put our voices in there. This is not political. This is not about NDC, NPP. This is about we helping building the foundation of our children. Because say young Korano foundation at the primary JSS level, I'm telling you, the no SS in your waste. You want Kora and the more SS I want to meet myself. You want Kora or SS they cannot express themselves because they did not get the basics right. So let us all try and get the basics right. So please, this plea from the Ghana National Association of Teachers, we should not play with it. We should pay attention to it. And I hope, I believe, and because I know the finance minister is an intelligent guy, I understand what I'm talking about when it comes to basic education. The budget that is coming, they should try and create a little room for basic education. If it's a fund we have to put together, let us try and do that. Now, the next thing they spoke about, something we call the Ghana National Association of Teachers is calling for an extension of maternity leave for female teachers from 3 months to at least 4 months. Now, President Prosper Techi, speaking after the association's National Council meeting at Ejiso Bankro, said the demand forms part of broader concerns over conditions of service and investment in basic education. Ghana National Association of Teachers, SACO, the annual meeting, at Zambako Masade Tudja, and say, Omo pese sebio ema, Omo ye teacher for Omo Kowa. They be omunya a 3 month leave, In fact, anka ye 4 months anka omo pay. In fact, this is also laudable. In fact, to be very fair, oko baby to Canada, oko wa you can get a year leave. Yeah, a year. You get 6 months paid and 6 months not paid. You see, so if some places are able to do a year, because carrying a kid for 9 months. Remember, so we are. The most difficult part is the first 5 to 6 months of making sure akorana be nipa. So we have to also really look, especially some people get help from their husbands. Some people get help from if they have money, babysitters and all that. In Ghana, it is not like that. Obana sebio wakochim anase wanyem 9 months awawono. It becomes a full-time job for Obano to make sure akorana wati. Akorana be nipa. So we need to at least consider the kind of burden yamba and film, especially in Ghana, when they give birth. You see, teachers, some people Sa ejuma no, if you don't have passion, untumi nye. So imagine say teacher ni awo. Teacher ni ochra de wo school, ochra nkwara de, or don kwara, or nen kwara tide bia, na or spending a lot of her time with these kids. Na wawo akwara mono, na she can only spend 3 months with the kid. It is tough. I will say at least we need to listen to what they are saying. 4 months, entumi ku Yakubu. 4 month leave, enku Yakubu. Say ebia the 4th month in the Krampo, the Ben say a half salary now benya. At least some people will be able to take that. We can make the 4th month optional. If you want to take the 4th month, you will take half of your salary. I think people will do that. And I say we can negotiate and meet them halfway. Into the 4 months, because okay, 3 months you'll be paid. The 4th month, what is going to happen? And they say, 4th month, some person will take care. You are going to take maybe a quarter of your salary or half of your salary. Now, if your mom will say we have 4 months, so I buy it to you for 4 months. The last month, the 4th month, something can be done about it. But I believe, say, we are a country where we have gotten to, we should be able to give a teacher for and now embark, especially in public service, over 4 months of their maternity leave. Carrying a baby for 9 months, teacher for the to their 9th month and son we have seen a lot of them, and you see they go through a lot. It's not easy. They are going up and down Obuha school or child and stairs or so for no cover no buffer. We see them the way they struggle during their pregnancy. These are things we need to consider. And what's our on your time crampo. Remember, let's be honest. And Ghana, our Oba and Bema 80% of the job is being done by the woman. So imagine Obako Jan and also 8 months and actually wanyam wabewo or cyber fear or besha akorano start 3 months a full-time job. Bema to me free jumaba akorano kura also the mumponka say and then the mamiso muna also kodaka crap. Men in Ghana 90% they don't even do that. And that's something I didn't hear, and I don't blame them because so we need to also sometimes consider these women. We need to understand they go through a lot, especially where we come from. A chrome had there, everything is shared. Me na me Jim Yankasa member me in our war hospital. I was dressed up. I came home. I had to share the time with my wife. Time I also I'm up. I'm taking care of the kid. Time I made that. It is like that here. But in Ghana are taking about 90% of the work, and we need to understand them. It is not easy. I also believe say. Sir, a plea away from the Ghana National Association of Teachers. The government should sit and relook at it, especially when we have a female vice president. They should basically go to the vice president, sit with her, then get to a point. I remember the vice president raised this issue some time back about maternity leave for women. Now all pray for extension. And I believe, say, if they reach out to the vice president, this conversation will be a smooth one. They are going to meet at a point whereby we will all be happy and excited about a year maternity leave. Now, a year Ghana National Association of Teachers, can be for recruitment, teacher recruitment.
The association has taken note of the decision by government to recruit over 7,000 teachers, as against the over 100,000 qualified teachers from the colleges of education and other tertiary institutions. This is not only disturbing, but unfortunate in the light of the promise made by the ministry or the Minister for Finance during the 2025 base pay negotiations, and the promise was to recruit more workers, which includes teachers, into the public sector. In view of the threat of unemployment to the national security, the National Council of the Ghana National Association of Teachers demands an astronomical increase in the number to be recruited, and also calls on government to ensure that those who completed their training earlier get the opportunity before those who completed later. Within the Ghana National Association alone, within the past 3 years, we have had more than 10,000 of our members who have retired or have passed on. And we think that with data presented recently by the National Teaching Council, even on the number of teachers who have left the shores of Ghana, we wish, and we know we have a listening president, if he could issue an instruction for the number to be recruited into the security service be increased. We request same as a union that the workload on our members has increased. And for that matter, we wish that the number should be looked at again and be expanded.
Averi, Mobusa do ya dos do adan. Wobusa we say ya da say we you good. Wobusa saka we say afa recruitment ya bremo. Moko so ade mo ko kira mo nkira ade no. Obi o teacher de ne ko gina baby so onko kira de 3 months no ma school da. 2 weeks no see school them. Lazy teaching. But when it comes to teacher recruitment, this government doesn't want to deceive any trainee graduate. What this government is doing is that it's taking its time to employ the number it can basically pay. Boss, you know the backlog there. Sometimes I want you two people to take your minds back. Now, someone say, it's teacher for sending a form before a buying way back. And a buying way back, you know, is there room? You need to understand, a buying way bachelor say offer 7,000. Now, this government has not said, it's for teacher for BM. Now, do you want this government to come in and say, my teacher for 50,000? Now, in the next 2 months, they'll be on the street screaming? No, it is sometimes, you are biting too much. So you always, that is why African politicians lie to you people. A government comes to power, the government is being realistic and being like, you know something, I can say I've employed all these people. By the next 2-3 months, these people with the hopes are, majority of them will be on the street again screaming. Why don't you employ the realistic number you can employ? So you come here and you pay way, and you pay way, and you pay way. Mwanga say jumana mo ya nakasano effort send abudigum. Manja sheshe montade said they move free Sudan. Manja sheshe montade said moji kwaleba o Sudan. Mr. President, and we need this, and the number is too small. Massa. President Ben Mpeso before be juma. Abai Ben Mpeso before juma. If the capacity ought to be far on your dang. And this government has never said anywhere else to say they are not willing to do what? Employ more. The government is saying when they believe, say, Sikada or say for Jumatia car, Obefow, na space in your uncle found Kogum, Namusambe street, so Enkasakasa. You are asking for too much. Mokasado, Debia, my bibi, Yantis the teacher for the my bibida. Yantis the teacher for so this month the young salary, ya domino, Yomemo, Debia, my femoto, Monfamaye, Madame Abidjan Jantra for Debia, Mama Bibindi. You people sometimes have to give back. Debiana, teacher for there, you pay way, Ubusa, and you pay way, and you pay way, and you pay way. Teacher for me, as I said for. Ask for one thing and then insist that thing is done. Then we move to the next thing. And then mabuamu, jamukanina, menemo ya fine. And so mo dear teacher for the debia. Bibia and so mo. Moko programmer, ya charge your offer. Nama yibi kofie. Nama bakacha say, ediane kura nya de. Moko program, moko yase, mo bonsa. Ya tweet ya mukaye, mo bonsa ye. Teacher for no jame. Na say na be 2 minutes ago na mo feel me. About 2 minutes ago, hey Kevin, you are you. Time and I'm your first 2 stories. Hey, Kevin, first I'm in Penasimo, but Kevin, dear, hey, maternity has made can't be a media for you and Panka. She said, far away. I've heard you say, boy, was I Jimmy for boy? 5 minutes ago, I teach a voice Kevin. Young you deni, uye boy, Kevin, young you deni. Medane Moga Gravia, boy, we're fucking guys, people, and this rage, my mom. I teacher vocal party, obey your monster. Omoko party asia omoji jollof from sibia kosi moto so moto nkitingiti bi wo ho na omoji jollof free bi na kosi moto so na masa betenase de bia 77 na mo pam ntomata de bi na de bia maka mo ntai go so enwumbre live band nom da ho nam ho ye hu mu de bia teacher fo mo ho nyam mobo ultimu ko live band na teacher ni aba ho no da ho she long sleeves tie and die no de nam live band ase ye ta hu mu da Papa Penyini, district officer, district again, na ana Friday ana jo. Na osha long sleeve na live band ase. Monke sa nyoma ne teacher for mo predodo. Munya sika munye ndi enchambom teacher for monsa. Teacher for omoba outdoor na the corners. Yeah, check there be item 13. There be item 13. Ya ti ya be boa mo. Na mo kasa dodo. Jaban betuma ya na wa ye no. 1905 minutes, I'm feeling about, hey, boy, wait, me say, and can you boy, we party and can people from come say, my 2 minutes ago, boy, where was up? Teacher for Modia, Garankada, what it? I like you for more money bomb.
I do what you actually. One not big door. One not what Satan. One not what. I want Mr. Lydia. Yeah, come out the Virginia.
Also, I'm starting show no. Sometimes I'm for being timase. When it comes to me going after some people in Ghana, and I keep telling Ghana for say, I never come chiri, and it's a ubenya platform. Now, open say, would they a misinform and not disinform Ghana for? I hate it. Me can't ubiaka sabu and sheni yem. But there's one thing we need to do. Sometimes when I turn and I start to go after people, I know being tears, it's a Kevin there. Or doing the internet in any dia. You see, young men and women now they sit on TV, on Facebook, YouTube, and they lie. And when we activate the Conan the Destroyer, career ending, pressure on them, now make them look like they are the victims. Now, how do you listen to this? I'm not going to make much comment on this today, but sometimes, when I do some things, me you see where it's be against some people. When I go after some people, then some people are like, oh, Kevin, dear, why is he like that? I'm out for show my opinion. But you see, I throw and a say mine. I throw and a kunipa. I throw and a destroy generations. And if we are not careful and we allow anybody to sit on the internet and lie, I throw now obey the internet. It to me cool be watching. Now go, let's watch this. You see.
So you've probably seen this video circulating on your timeline on social media.
All those that are using electric vehicles in the country because of light out, they know if you charge them a car. So they are using electric vehicle. The truth is that the country that we find ourselves in is risky. Because the way you do like look at the video. Just look on your screen, bro. Electric station now will be 10 minutes at charge.
Just know this is a very false narrative. X-Charge EVGH is here to serve you fast charge solutions in a time as this. You can charge your car in about 25 to 30 minutes. Out of our many chargers, this is the Burma Hills DC charger here in Chado that can charge up to 2 cars at a go. Every other car you see on the lot here is only for display and available for sale. Kindly disregard the circulating video as it is totally false.
You see, if I comment on this, obi betina bibia ka say na janka we na Kevin o tata no we dey so mo yankora o we want mutu fin we me I'm not ready to insult these kids. But you see, this is what they do and they destroy businesses. This is what they do in the name of we do entertainment. They go take small money and they throw trash out there, they misinform. When we react to these things, because na akora we are nansia na hote we they say akora we they said ni hu ye fin abayo to we ajantre ni just say obi beka say and would obi atem, and I don't even want to address the jandam and misinform. Young people get the opportunity to speak and inform people. She say obi business. She say a whole company car display, and because of politics in tea. You see what these little boys are doing. You see what these little kids are doing. If I activate right now on this small boy, you get people all over the place. Oh, Kevin, wait there. They want to say akwara. The boxes in Drew 4. Wait there, akwara, and they will start to talk these things. And then they are yo. Wait there, no wait. And you see, sometimes we keep these things because you can say you bet me at destroying the baby emotionally. Why do you sit on social media, misinform the people, or big company, or display cars, or charge cars, or say are buying a dundum light into people are taking 3 hours to? Why do you do that? You are a young man. We are kwara. You are a young man. At your age, and these are young kids. All because politics MPP ne dia betina ha kwasia tobia Spanish ni bia di ne yerete ha ne na wo and say metina ha. Like at this point, and I don't want to speak against anybody, but you see, this is the last warning to these little kids. This is the last warning to these little kids. If this is how they are going to go, then we are going to make life very difficult for them. Media, I'm going to say it. If this is how they are going to go, then these little ones, we will make life very uncomfortable for you, these little kids in Ghana. Menkakese, I'll leave it here. Have a wonderful night. My name is Kevin Akosombo Taylor. We will meet tomorrow. We will discuss Ghana. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers. Abwache. Have a wonderful day. Gigim.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No answer my Abwache. You will for Belgium Pan. You want to see a Belgium Pan. It will do a Belgium Pan. Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Supuno, why round what? It will for Belgium Pan. It want to see a Belgium Pan. It will do a Belgium Pan. It will do a Belgium Pan. Why you're here? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto?